Welcome into Chatterbox Bearcats. It's the midweek show coming at you a day later because, well, the football team's on a bye and the Bearcats have a Friday night game against, Lily, racking my brain, Georgia State. Georgia State. We had a home opener on Monday night, and we're going to talk about that. We're also going to have the mailbag, an extended mailbag segment because football is on a bye. And you guys gave us a ton of good questions, so we'll talk about that. Me and Lily didn't get to react to Monday night's home opener. So those are the two main things.
Do it now.
Basketball season's back, and we have the mailbag. But first, we are brought to you by Martino's. Game day Martino's has you covered. It's one of the best spots around to catch Bearcats games, away or home, TVs everywhere, crowd energy on point, not a bad seat in the house. Perfect for watch parties. Martino's on Vine, food that satisfies, vibes that fire up your day or night, all just around the corner from campus. All right, Lily. You know, it was weird. I went to the game. I thought it was awesome. I thought we had a ton of new, exciting players. And then I log on to, the awful misery that is Twitter. And people were disappointed. I think I saw some. And, obviously there was a stretch in the second half where it didn't look great, but all in all, it was a 21.5-point spread. We won by 31, covered the spread by double digits. So I thought it was a really good showing by the Bearcats. What'd you think?
Yeah, there's no drama here. We blew out a bad team. Like, I don't know what else people want. I think it mostly stems from the same feelings we had the last 2 years of waiting for a big game and waiting to win a big game or two in a row. And it's just how people are going to be. And Georgia State's they're the worst team on our schedule, I think, right? Or I guess
Georgia State is?
They're 320 in KenPom. That's pretty, it's early. These are projections.
Didn't that old Xavier assistant coach take over? Isn't he the head coach there?
Yep. Jonas Hayes is the coach there. They're not very good according to KenPom.
I'm actually shocked
for these teams at this level is so hard, though.
Yeah, that's impossible. I'm shocked that they're the worst team on our schedule. Don't we have some SWAC teams? Usually that's the worst.
NJIT is 331. So one of those is likely the worst. Tarleton State or Alabama State are also in play. We've got
to be Alabama.
As usual, we've got 4 awful teams, and they're all going to be bad. So in terms of the Western Carolina games, since I got distracted there, I was excited, just like you, watching the game, happy to see all these new players. I mean, this is what I wanted. I wanted a new team. I wanted a reason to believe that maybe things are going to change. And it's a lot of new, shiny toys, a lot of players who look like they do good things. Still, need to see a lot more, obviously, but I was definitely excited. So, yeah, it is a bummer to just see that stuff. I find it frustrating as a fan because it's if you can't, we're not going to lose this game. The only reason you should be complaining is if it's close, and it wasn't. We covered the spread. So have fun meeting the new players. Enjoy the new players and try to find out who they are. The freshmen got on the floor. That was nice. The only bad thing really was Harris getting hurt. And I thought Day was really trying to force things in transition there with a couple of his patented head-scratching turnovers. But I think there's a lot of positives, Niehaus, and I think we're probably going to agree on what they are too.
Yeah, absolutely. Hey, everybody just needs to calm down. Just calm down. We
got Dayton next week. 1 week, guys. Come on.
Boise State. They lost to a D2 Hawaii Pacific college that their college is out of a strip mall. Did you see that, Lily?
Yeah, it's in a strip mall.
We could be TCU. Who'd they lose to on Monday night? I'm pulling it up as we speak. But
oh man, I watched part of that game. I can't remember who it was.
There's so many games. I'm scrolling.
I got it.
Who
they lost to New Orleans.
New Orleans. And then you also could be
not
Xavier.
The Pelicans either.
Could be Xavier barely beating Marist, trailing with 2 minutes left. So look, you win by 31. You covered the spread by double digits. There was a lot of good. Let's talk about the good. It's a three-headed monster of good.
We have a
And that
stock
is
rising
Shon
here.
Abaev. Yes, Shon Abaev, Baba Miller, Moustapha Thiam. Out of those three, because those three were the most impressive, obviously, they each scored a team leading or a game leading 18 points. Not a game leading, actually, because what was that guy's name?
Stansberry.
Yes, that's Rick Stansberry's kid. I
Yeah, all
tried
I know is he
Googling
was
it. There was
cooking.
no bio.
I think that's a
on
different
him.
spelling of his last name.
Got it. Anyway, team leading 18 points for those three. Who was most impressive for you?
I'm going to say Baba Miller.
Mm-hmm.
He was much like if you watch, I'm sure if you're listening to this podcast, you probably watch Baba Miller highlights before the season started, I assume. So we'll talk under that assumption. And there are little flashes of him trying to be like a playmaker. When you see a 6'11" power forward like him at the college level, you don't usually think they're going to drive to the rim from the 3-point line and stuff like that. And I don't know. I'm just intrigued, but I am scared at the same time about him because like that type of player, like if it doesn't work, it's just not a very like, you know what I mean? Like they end up being raw and they hurt the team. But if he does pan out, it's like, the sky's the limit with this guy. This is his last year of college basketball. He's on NBA radars. These people know he has talent. So now's the time to show the world. And it's only a good thing that he started like this, I think.
It was one play for me with Baba Miller. It was when on the fast break, he got the ball at about the logo, took one dribble and dunked it without traveling. It was, you just don't see that very often. And you know what else you don't see very often?
Sick dunk.
It was a sick dunk.
Yeah.
So if it wasn't going to be Baba, who was my most impressive, it's going to be Shon Abaev. And that's simply because you just don't see scoring in a Bearcat uniform the way he did it on Monday. Like Jizzle James had some step back mid-range shots. Like that Shon Abaev step back in the corner where he actually almost ran into whoever that was. I think it was Keyshawn Tillery who was running by him. But Shon Abaev created so much separation with that step back, and he just drills it. He's got a silky smooth jumper. His pull-up game's really good. Scored the first basket of the night. I think that was good to see because the anticipation of what he could bring to the team was there, right? It was highly anticipated. So I think it kind of put everybody at ease, probably put himself at ease to score the first bucket. And it was a good bucket. Like you see that a lot more where you drive to the basket. He kind of just like put his shoulder. It looked like Jaron Cumberland put his shoulder into the defender and just absolutely bodied him. And he's so long that, he was like 4 or 5 feet away from the basket and it was an easy lay-in for him. And it was really a floater, but like he's 6'8". He's got a long wingspan and he's basically laying in a floater. So the guy just knows how to create separation. He knows how to play offense. He knows how to, get to his spots. He knows how to create separation. Very
he doesn't
excited
even need
about
the
him.
separation, right? Either like do you see when he gets his shot up, like how open he feels? Like due to I guess it's his size, probably. I don't know if I'm falling for the sweet lefty thing.
Mm-hmm.
He missed one 2-point jumper, but it's crazy. This is his first career game as a Bearcat, non-exhibition. And every time he pulled up, I thought it was going in. Like, usually that's something you see with like when guys earn it and they're upperclassmen. So I don't know. That's just me as a fan, right? But I feel like he kind of exudes that confidence to me. So that's what I'm seeing. Like when he pulls up, I'm like, this is going in. And when it doesn't, I like almost flinch. Like, he missed? Like what?
Yeah.
Yep. Probably should pump the brakes a little here on this, but I'm excited. He is going to be a threatening player. Teams are going to have to guard him. And I think, if this offense is going to be any good, it'll be because of him mostly.
Let's not get ahead of our skis, Lily. I was getting ahead of my skis. I was something about Fifth Third Arena when I'm in it. And Baba Miller takes
Magical plays.
One dribble from the logo and slam dunks it. And I get ahead of my skis. I really do.
We got to talk about the Chom post-ups.
Whoa. Well, there's a mailbag question about that where they're like, it seemed like there was a lack of inside game. We could just talk about it now. And I'm like, we saw more post-up buckets in this one opener than we saw all of last year combined.
I was happy.
Even Baba Miller, even Tyler McKinley has it in his bag.
What about that little fadeaway thing he did? Like, what the heck?
We finally have a post presence, Lily.
This is my thing. And the reason why this team, I still have no clue. I'm not going to like make any bold proclamations. Like, I feel like any UC podcaster or Twitter account is afraid to like just be like, we're going to be sick this year or we're going to be terrible this year, because no one knows. Like, we have so many mysteries, and the three biggest ones are Baba, Chom, and Abaev. Like, these are the three guys that get talked about in NBA mock drafts. You see some random draft account on Twitter with 1,000 followers who, they watch film, they make big boards, they put in work, and they love this guy or they love that guy. So if any of these three guys or all these three guys pan out in some form, the sky's the limit. It's just so hard to tell right now. I'm just excited I just need more games, Niehaus. I'm pumped up right now, though. I'm like craving to try to figure out what this team is, because I'm so relieved that we're not watching the team from last year.
I know. I'm so excited for Friday night. And you bring up a good point with I just want more games. How about Chuck on the post-game reaction when I guess Wes was saying we need more scrimmages, and Chuck's like, we don't even need this game. I need this game, Chuck. I need it. Like, why do you want less games, Chuck?
Yeah, this isn't college football, Chuck. This is basketball. We love a bye game.
I'd watch every night. Anyway, what performance under the radar specifically, who do you look at that maybe other people aren't talking about? Maybe the stats weren't huge, but you saw and you're like, I liked what I saw from this guy. Who was it for you? I have one in mind. Well, I have a few, but
do you want to go first?
I have a few, but I have one specifically the most.
Okay,
let's go draft. Let's draft it. You go first.
I'm going Tyler McKinley. Did I steal it?
Bless it, Lily.
I'll switch.
That's mine. No. Go ahead. Let's talk about it.
That's good that we both picked him. Means it's not under the radar. He had 3 steals and 2 blocks in his first career college basketball game. And more importantly than anything, than those stats that I just mentioned, is that he just looks like a good basketball player. He looks like someone that's going to be able to play. And I am begging the coaching staff to continue to play him at least 12 to 15 minutes a game in the out of conference. We got to find out who he is. We got to find out if we can rely on him in the Big 12 until we know. I mean, they know, but until fans know what's going on with Jalen Haynes, McKinley's got to be playing, because respectfully, I don't think Zella's going to be that guy just based on, last year and this year. I think he's got to play. And I also think we might be bad at rebounding, and that guy has a chance to be one of our better rebounders. Gives us an option at the 5 or the 4. Local kid. Play him out of conference, let the fans see him, and hopefully he gets better.
Yeah, I really liked what I saw from Tyler McKinley. I know he's hypothetically a sophomore, technically a freshman because he was out last year and redshirted, but he doesn't look it. Like, he gets on the floor and freshmen tend to look rattled. Now, Tyler McKinley has one facial expression and it looks like he wants to punch you in the face. Like, he looks like the angriest person you've ever seen in your entire life. And Hudson nailed it on the head about his posture. Like, I remember he was walking around Fifth Third as a was it 2 years? I guess it was 2 years ago because he must have been a recruit. And he was walking around, and I'm like, is this guy really 6'8", 6'9"? Like, he doesn't seem that tall. It's because he kind of hunches over. But then, like, when he's playing, when he's rebounding, you really can tell how big he actually is. And that was kind of fun to see in person because I was like, okay, I guess this guy really can bang down low because he's tough. Like, that's the thing with him that I really enjoyed to see, that how tough he was. So 2 points, didn't fill it up, but 5 rebounds, 3 steals, 2 blocks, 2 assists. That's pretty good for a debut. So he's my number 1. Let's draft number 2. Oh, number 2. I don't know, Lily. I get I'm deciding between.
Do I need to advise you on this pick?
Yeah. What do you need?
I'm going to call up Duke Tobin real quick for this to get some advice on this pick here. And
please don't.
If I were you, I don't know if this qualifies or not, but I think I would go Kerr Kriisa.
Interesting. I wasn't going to go Kerr Kriisa, but tell me why.
I was loving that pick and roll with Chom, that dunk that Chom had, the and one. It just, like, I defended Aziz a lot last year with the fans that were crapping on him, and I'm an Aziz guy. But by the end of the year, it was pretty obvious to say that, like, not just him, but a lot of guys were kind of checked out. Like, it didn't seem, not that they weren't trying, but they weren't going that 110% that we want to see from Bearcats players, something we're used to seeing at Fifth Third. Seeing Chom on that roll, like that high effort, the energy, he called for the ball, he wanted it. And then Kerr doing exactly that and it happening, it was very refreshing to see, because, like, by the end of last year, it just didn't seem like guys were energetic about stuff like that or motivated to even try that. So happy to see that from Kriisa. And hopefully that's a link that pops this year, because Aziz got a lot of flack for not being able to do anything on offense. At one point, he was a decent roller. I will keep saying that. Chom should be an extremely good roller, especially with Kerr Kriisa here. I don't know if Day-Day's going to be able to do that. He'll get him sometimes, but I'm excited about that potential duo there.
That it was so different to see Chom. So, like, obviously last year Wes had Aziz at the top of the key, giving dribble handoffs, basically acting as a screen for handoffs and whatnot. Moustapha Thiam gets the ball on the wing, and he has a pump fake, one dribble handoff. And I'm like, I said to my buddy who I'm standing with, I'm like, if Aziz Bandago did that last year, I would combust into a million pieces. Like, just the difference of, like, a big that can handle the ball, even if it's not elite handling, just average handling, it makes such a difference.
I got to cut you off.
Yeah.
Sidetrack real quick here. I know we kind of are already. I wasn't at the game, was not able to make it, unfortunately. Did people actually groan when Chom shot the threes?
No.
Like, I've heard from multiple people that there was like in the lower bowl, like, why are you shooting?
I didn't hear it.
Okay.
I didn't hear it.
If that actually happened, we got to cut that shit out, because he's going to shoot like 3 or 4 a game. Like,
yeah.
Ugh.
He hit one. He went 1 for 2.
Yep. He hit one.
He'd be our best 3-point shooter on last year's team.
There we go. Can I guess at who you were going to pick before I said Kerr Kriisa?
Yeah. Yep.
I think you were going to pick Jordi Rodriguez.
Yeah, I was. Yeah. He just, like, I like the thing about some of these guys on this team is that I feel like they have confidence. And I feel like Jordi just went out there, didn't really care, and just started chucking.
Absolutely.
And he went 2 for 4 from 3. He didn't shoot a lot. He only shot 4 times on the floor. He got 7 free throws. I kind of forget how he got to the line, honestly. But I like it. So
the confidence thing's true, though. You could tell he was a pro, right? Like,
yeah.
He
It
had the
doesn't look like
swagger. He's got the.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he has the best handles.
Mhm.
But that's okay. He's not going to be asked to handle it. So, but yeah, as you were saying, he's got the swagger. What else? What else you got, Lily, for Jordy?
The only other one I really wanted to mention was well, obviously, Sincere Harris was just all over the place with his stuff, just diving around. Like, you see why he got hurt? My God.
Yeah.
I mean, how
That
many
one
falls did he take?
Lily, that one he went up for, which
stressing me out.
probably is what got him hurt.
Oh, the dunk.
That was that was crazy.
Someone
I
tried
don't
to
even know
pull
what
a
else
dunk
to
a
say.
couple years ago that was just as ridiculous, and I'm trying to think of who it was. Kyle, I think Ezekbe tried one of those. I'm going to try to find that clip. But
yeah, good luck.
My final pick is actually Tillery. You know, under the radar, he was fine. It was nice to see him, and you can see like that burst. Not like a Mikey Saunders sprint, straight up and down burst, but like very quick jumping around on deep. Like, I don't know how to describe it. It's different than Mikey, and hopefully he's a different player than Mikey. But, you know, 3 assists in your debut. He looked fine. I think he's going to play this year. And I'm really excited for like his long-term potential. He just looks, guys like that who are really motivated, who play that hard, they don't become unwired, you know. I just think Tillery's going to be a really good player in a couple years.
Yeah. He only had one turnover where I'm like, yeah, that's a freshman point guard.
Yep. I remember that one.
Yeah. And he only had one turnover. So that was it. All right. We have gone 22 minutes on the Western Carolina game, but
time to do the Georgia State preview.
Just so good. Just so good. Hold up. Lily, don't ask me to name one Georgia State player because it ain't happening. I got Jonas Hayes. Hey, I at least knew that.
Yeah, that's impressive.
So
I didn't even look them up, so I got nothing.
Well, you kind of shocked me when you said that they might be the worst team on our schedule because it was Georgia State that we played them in Nashville, right?
Yeah.
In the tournament. Oh, my bad. I should have referenced in the NCAA tournament. I was at that game.
The 2 days before the incident.
Yeah, let's get to the mailbag.
Yep, mailbag.
All right, we'll get to the mailbag.
And
so this is what I referenced.
Georgia State lost by 30 to Eastern Michigan.
Okay. What do you think that let's play guess the spread.
KenPom projects. I'm looking right at it. So.
Oh, well, hold on. Let me guess it then. Let me guess it. If they lost by 30 to Eastern Michigan.
My math is bad. They actually lost by 22.
What's their that's not even close. What's their KenPom?
320, and we are 32.
Right, I'll just say 32.5.
All right, KenPom's got it at 28.
All right, that looks like I'm taking the Cats. So
Hammer it.
Barry McQuadrie, Quadri Moore, the burner. What were your thoughts on the schematics of the offense? It seemed like the same old Wes Miller offense where he passed it around the perimeter. Very little post game. See, that's what I was like. I didn't think there was little post game. I guess it wasn't a focal point, but there still was some success in the post.
It didn't feel that familiar to me, but I think it's like in terms of my experience, the reason why it felt different is because we were go. Like we were forcing semi-transition, and there is a difference between like transition and like those, I always say semi-transition. It's like those kind of like, is this transition or is this not? That middle ground. And if we're playing this fast, like that doesn't feel like last year to me.
Yeah. What was the stat? What was the stat that you tweeted? We're the 7th fastest team so far this year.
Yep. Average possession length on offense is 13 seconds. 7th in the country. And there's still like 15 teams that still have to play, but I mean, there's 356 teams or whatever it is. So we're attacking quick. It felt like, different than last year. I don't know in terms of like there weren't a bunch of post touches, but when they did happen, we were actually Shon was making them.
Mm-hmm.
I think if Haynes was in there, he would have been doing it. So I don't know. It didn't feel foreign to me, but the pace did feel foreign to me, if that makes sense.
So he also said after game 1, over under win totals for the Cats, which I guess we didn't get into.
Man.
How many games they play?
31.
Okay.
20 and 11 probably get you in. Because there's 18 conference games this year for people who don't know that. We're back down to 18.
You know what, Lily?
13 out of conference.
Let's do a separate video on that. That could be a whole video. Let's do a schedule outlook. And that can just be on our YouTube. You want to just do that? We can because that's a fun idea. We'll just give a little season outlook. We did a preview, but I would like to go through the schedule a little bit. So we'll save that one. Now we have to do it. I said it on air.
I was gonna say I can throw a number out, but it would be just off the top. Like if we do a video, I'll actually I'll go through each game. Yeah,
we did no prep on the mailbag. Sorry. Or at least I didn't.
It's good to do no prep on the mailbag.
That's true. Except for that. That's a tough no prep. That's a tough no prep question. All right. Big Slime Burner. Who will be the highest draft pick, regardless of when, what year, between Abaev, Baba, and Cham? Give me Abaev. Give me Shon Abaev. I think that's safe to say. It's probably between Abaev and Cham, just because Baba is old. That would be my only thing, right? Unless Baba just absolutely.
Baba would have to blow up.
Yes. Like, that's the thing about the NBA is Abaev and Cham are they 19 already or are they still 18? Either way.
They're 19.
They're young. They're young.
Baba will be 22 in February, so he'll be 22 when he gets in during the draft.
And I mean, that is a big difference.
Which is kind of young for a senior, but I want to say Cham, even though Chuck in the group chat was frying my ass for this take. I don't know. I'm going to say Cham. He's 7'2". He moves well. He just has gotten so much better in his 2 years in college, I think. He actually improved in the Big 12 last year. Like for a freshman big man to improve during just the freshman season, like you have a season here out of conference, in conference. He played better in the Big 12 than he did in the out of conference. That means something to me for a 7'2" guy that's young, newer to basketball, and in terms of age and trajectory, kind of buy it. And just for the people watching, Abaev's a freshman, Cham's a sophomore. Cham is 5 days older than him. They're the same age. NBA cares about stuff like that. There's a strong correlation between age and then like upside with like trajectory. So doesn't mean he'll get drafted higher. It's just I kind of buy his trajectory right now, and I haven't seen enough of Abaev.
Also, it's shocking that there hasn't been much of a narrative that this is Cham's 4th year playing basketball.
Yeah.
Like, remember the Skillings? They said it every single game about Skillings. When Skillings, he started playing basketball when he was 16 years old. So Cham was 15. And nobody says anything about it. But you know what? We're saying it now at Dear Chatterbox Bearcats.
I'm excited.
Cham's been playing for 4 years.
I'm pretty excited.
Okay, the other question, will we shoot over 68% from free throw? No. We are the Cincinnati Bearcats. Will you be happy with when? Do you want to answer that?
68%.
That's still not good, right?
Like we have to. Yeah, I mean, that's still bad. We shot 68.8 3 years ago, and it was 297th. I'm taking the over. Right. We got some shooters here. And then, of course, Jordi Rodriguez goes 4 for 7. And I'm like, yo, you're supposed to be 90%. What's going on here?
Yeah, it was nerves. Will you be happy with wins against Arizona? This is football. Will you be happy with wins against Arizona and TCU, but a loss to BYU and a trip to the Pop-Tart Bowl? No. And you know what? It's unfair to Satterfield and the team, but like the expectations have changed for sure, even with that Utah loss. Like the way we've been playing, I truly think that we can beat BYU. And it's like, how can you say that after what we saw last Saturday? Look, we said it on the midweek last week. At least I did. I was like, or you agreed. It was a terrible spot. I think we knew what was going to happen there. Like that, I was not looking forward.
I was definitely coping, wasn't I?
I wasn't looking forward to that game. Yeah, you were. Yeah, you had a good post game show performance. That's for sure. But I think we can beat BYU. So no, I will not be happy because at this point in the season, I've seen enough to where I think we're really good, even though everybody on the internet is saying that we just got schedule lucky and that we haven't played anybody yet, which I think we did get a little schedule lucky, but I think Baylor's
a lot of
good.
teams.
Yeah, I think Baylor's pretty good. I mean, we've beaten some good teams.
Would be hilarious if Baylor beat Utah this week.
That'd be good. I think Texas Tech is going to smoke BYU.
I kind of do.
Is their quarterback healthy or no?
Ish, but their backup's out for the year, and the starter gets hurt every game. No, I wouldn't be happy, but like in terms of before the season, if you told me I could take 9-3, yeah, sure. And I was one of the optimists that thought we could get to 9-3. Yeah, I would take it. But this current state we're in a bye week, and we control our own destiny in the middle of November. I think the only way I'm truly happy is if we get to Arlington. And I think the coaches would agree. Like, they don't want to finish 2-1. So, yeah, it's kind of a cop-out answer, but all three of these games are winnable. I honestly think that, like, the TCU game might even be more – this is where you can get in trouble. If BYU fans are everywhere, I think spread-wise, the TCU game is going to be a bigger spread than the BYU game, right? Am I crazy?
No, I mean
TCU's
senior day,
lingering, right? They're 6-2. They're coming out of a bye now.
Are they healthy? Like, they have a really good quarterback.
They're healthy. They sling it. It's at TCU. Like, to me, I want to win that home game. I want to go undefeated at home. And I think these next two games are imperative, like, to really sell it to the fans that are still kind of questioning things. If you want to sell the trajectory of this program, because next year we're probably not going to have a lot of these really good players that we have right now, you have to finish strong too. So, yeah.
Well, this is kind of a I like the Zach Taylor might not be him. That's the Twitter account. 3 games left for football. What do you think the chances are that we go 3-0? That's the same question we basically just answered. The chances, I mean, I don't know, man. The 2 games we lost were both really
30%.
hostile environments. You know, like, I'm glad 2 of these 3 are at home.
Let's do it, though.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just still scared from last year. Like, we could easily lose to Arizona. It's a scary one.
If this team, all right, this back to basketball. If this team is by James Mahan. If this team doesn't make the tournament this season, what's the conversation to be had? Yes, you question a head coaching change, but who and how far back would it set you from reaching the tourney? I don't want to give any head coaches because it's so early. We would be tossing out names that we have no idea, right? But yeah, you get fired if you miss the tournament. You have to. You have to go.
Oh, I can throw out the names, Chuck.
Throw them out.
Niehaus.
But do you agree? Like, he got like, we need to make a tournament. The expectations are not that
I think so, yeah. It just feels like you have to. It's year 5. Obviously things can happen, like if there's a bunch of excuses, but even then it feels like we're past that point because it's year 5.
And I hate
But-
saying this as a Wes guy.
Yeah.
Out
I
of
would feel
out of
bad
all of
about it.
us.
Sure.
Yeah, I like Wes.
Anyways, here's the Twitter list that I'm mentally preparing myself to fight all of you guys, including our listeners. I'm going to fight you guys on Twitter when you start saying Bob Huggins, Eric Martin, James White. I'm just going to start fighting you.
Nick Van Exel. Can
Exel.
I guess one? Can I guess one? Do I already know it? Yeah, you've probably already said it.
I might have said it now.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
All I know is if Wes gets fired, this is the first time we'd be hiring a coach for a power job since when we were in the Big East. And we had an absolute shit show and hired Mick Cronin, who, we were just desperate. We're trying to get someone that would build it from the ground up. We got Mick. Even the Mick haters should be able to say this. We got lucky that we hit on that hire, because if Mick didn't work out and we had a disaster 5 years with Mick, you could really be in the dumps. You might not have that new arena right now. You might just be bad forever.
Wow.
So next time we hire, we're in the Power Four. We are Cincinnati Bearcats basketball. Will be fine. It'll be the most attractive the job has ever been. I keep saying this. I don't know why people want to fight it. And I think people will be surprised at the interest, but we'll see what happens.
You didn't give a list. You didn't say a single name.
Oh, yeah. I told you already. It's going to be Eric Martin.
Okay. So you don't want to say a name?
No, it could be shoot.
That's all right. Don't worry.
I was messing around.
That's what I said.
I'll find you a name.
We'll be fine.
We're not going to hire
I want to see how the year. I want to see yeah.
We're not going to hire a coach from, a sitting job that's elite, right? But I think we're going to get one of the best hires of attractive mid-majors, attractive low power conference teams that are emerging. And then worst case, which wouldn't be bad to me, but maybe you get Holtman from DePaul. There's my guy right there.
And there it is.
I would hire him. And I think a lot of UC fans would be upset, but I would hire the hell out of him.
All right, let's rattle some off quick. I'll just ask you this one. It's Bearcat Barry, tiebreakers, how would they work? In general, rooting guides for the rest of the season. I wouldn't get into the tiebreakers unless you know them quick, but general rooting guides, who are you rooting for in football?
So the tiebreaker, the head-to-head thing is the first tiebreaker. The second is conference win percentage against common opponents or something like that. So, a little early to be diving into that, right? But number one, root for Cincinnati. If we win out, we will go to Arlington. That's a fact. It is a guarantee. And the reason this question's kind of hard is if we lose, we're kind of a long shot. So if you want to get ahead of it and start rooting for the things that would make us less of a long shot, you're going to want the teams we lost to lose again. So you want Utah to lose to Baylor. And I think the one scenario that I looked at where we would get to Arlington with another loss is beat Arizona, beat BYU, lose to TCU, and then BYU loses another game. So you have the head-to-head over BYU. Both of us have 2 losses. And then you need Utah to lose 3. So there's the scenario.
Okay. All right.
Here's the answer. Win your games.
Yeah. I did not follow. I mean, I tried following.
Yeah.
Our Bearcat Nut. Hey, look,
our guy.
Developing.
He's back on Twitter.
He got suspended, and he's back. Who's your favorite player to watch basketball? And who means the most to the success of the team?
Ooh, that's a great
Abaev, easily Abaev. We haven't seen a guy play offense like that ever. Like, not his style.
Not here.
No, we've never seen that in a Bearcat uniform. So I'm going to go with Abaev.
I'll say Abaev as well, but I want to give myself a couple weeks because I'm a sucker for a good big man. So Chom can win me over for most fun to watch.
Okay, so who is the player that means the most to the success of the team? I think if Baba Miller is really good, I think that we raise our ceiling.
Yep.
Okay, we're on the same page. Let's move on because we're going.
It's Baba or Chom, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like I respect Abaev and scores, but like those are the guys that can, if they hit their peak, they can just carry a team.
And then lastly, do you think the pace and style of play we saw in game 1 is sustainable versus better teams? Yeah, I would say yes. Look at Alabama.
Yes.
I mean, but like with our players, like that's what you have to look at, right?
Yeah.
Like with our roster. I get it.
Yes, but I get a little worried about if we can do it smart enough because you can't just run. You have to pick your spots. And when you're not running, you got to understand how to run a little half court every once in a while. And you're more likely to get hurt. You're more likely to get tired. You're running more. There's more possessions. There's more things happening. So it's a gamble, but it might pay off.
I think we have decent depth. I'm not going to go with the whole Fred Fraschilla last year saying we have 8 starters, but I'm trying to go like to our team stats with being the 7th quickest team in the country through one game. We had 15 turnovers is a decent amount. Against
Chom had 5.
Carolina.
Day had 4. Those were the bad ones.
Yeah. Okay. That's a little more than I was expecting.
I think if you average 15, you'd be fine. Believe it or not, but
there was a question about Day-Day's role on this team too. If we want to get into that, and then that'll be it.
Ooh.
I had I was thinking about I don't want to say like no fault at all to Day-Day. I'll put it this way. Like I like Day-Day. I think he's a good player. But like watching Day-Day, and this is never has happened to me, or anybody I know. This is just an analogy that crept up into my head. It's like watching like an ex still be friends with your friends. You know what I mean? Because it's like he's the only remaining player from last year's team, and last year's team sucked. And it's like him still being on the team, and then seeing him go 3 for 11. It's like, oh God, like. That kind of
we need
stinks.
a big Day-Day game soon as well.
I was going to say, so we need him to play well. So like, because it's like, God, like last year just sucked so bad. And it's like he's the only left piece from last year's team. But anyway, to answer the question, I don't know. He's definitely not going to be asked to produce at the level he was asked to last year. His role is tough because like, is he a true point? Is he a point guard at heart?
I don't.
Like, do you see a point? Do you see a point where
know.
Sincere starts over him?
If Sincere's starting over Day-Day, I think part of the conversation is Kriisa. Honestly, like I just think if Kriisa is playing really well as a point guard and he's healthy, and Sincere's just all Big 12 defender, and Day-Day's just doing all right, that's when you start having the conversation to me, because it just makes a little more sense, right? But if Day-Day's defending well, doing the right stuff in transition, not forcing things as much as you've seen sometimes with him, I think he can start. And I don't know. Wes always talks about how starters don't really matter. The minutes is what matter. Yeah. And well, Day-Day played the most minutes and did not play a good game. So I think that might be a sign, right? Like he's very much, he went to media day. He seems to be a leader. Like you hear from Wes and the other players that he's kind of emerging as a leader. And I don't know. I'm excited to see how it happens, because like I don't think the Western Carolina game told us much about like Krisa versus Day, right? So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, no, I think there's going to be some really good Day games. I thought he was our best player last year.
He surely was the only player that like exceeded expectations, right?
Yeah, like so going in, he's definitely somebody I'm excited about. Obviously, he did not have a great first game, but I think he'll be fine. So, all right, got a game Friday night. I'll be in attendance. Lily, dang, maybe next time.
Fridays are tough for Eric.
I know. So we will. We'll still have a post game show, and we'll have a midweek show, of course, next week. We'll do more videos. We'll do a little over under on the season. We got some. I believe I got a verbal confirmation. I'm interviewing an NBA draft expert about our 3 guys. So we got a bunch of stuff coming for you guys, but that's it for now. See you.